Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where this time we're going to be talking about what we can expect in season 2 of the Ahsoka series. Now, I was a big fan of the Ahsoka series when it was announced and the trailers and before it came out. I definitely think it wasn't the best Star Wars project, but overall I did enjoy the series. I think there were aspects of it that were done really well. I think for Dave Filoni's debut in live action, I think there's definitely some things he can learn. I think some episodes, some scenes kind of dragged on a little too long, but there were other times where important exposition was kind of skipped over in favor of action. I think hitting a more balanced approach with both of those things would do the series a lot of favors going forward. And as we know, the series did leave on a bit of a cliffhanger. You have Thrawn returning to the known galaxy, working with the Night Sisters. You have Ahsoka and Sabine are now stuck on Peridia, and kind of just starting over there. You have the plot lines with Balin Skull and Shin Hati. And then you have Ezra returning to the Rebel Alliance after he escapes Peridia. So there's a lot of plot points to follow up on. I think the biggest question is going to be how much of season 2 is going to actually focus on Ahsoka herself on Peridia, and how much do they want to bring in from the bigger universe? Because obviously they're building up Thrawn as the big villain of the Mandoverse era. So I'm wondering, like, are we even gonna see Thrawn, or is that whole side of the plot going to advance, or is that going to be saved for the eventual Filoni movie or another show taking place during this time period? And that's a good question. I think we can expect season 2 to kind of dive more into the spiritual side of Star Wars. I think that's what they were setting up with a lot of the lore from Peridia. I think the reason that Ahsoka and Sabine are there is going to be directly involved with whatever Balin Skull is doing. Obviously, he's searching for some type of ancient power. It's related to Mortis. So I expect we'll get a lot of that. Unfortunately, with the passing of Ray Stevens, um, which is just a tragedy in itself. Balin Skull was probably my favorite character we got from that show. The actor did a phenomenal job. Rest in peace. And they have a choice to make with are they going to recast? How are they going to do it? And I think recasting the character is probably the best thing they can do. To have him just kind of like written off screen, or to abandon that plot line entirely, I think would be a mistake. I think it would be a disservice to everything that was set up in season 1. Um, so yeah, I do think we'll see Ahsoka and Sabine kind of you know chasing down Balin, getting involved with the Mortis gods and that whole mystical aspect of Peridia. I do think we may see some of the New Republic side with Ezra. I like I said, I don't want them to take too much of the show's focus away from Ahsoka, because it is her show and it is her story that they are telling. Um, but they do have a responsibility to set up as much as possible, to properly build up, what I hope they have planned as an epic finale to this time period, with all these forces uniting to fight against Thrawn. But like I said, I just don't know how much of that we'll really see. I don't know if, in my personal prediction, I don't think that we will see Ahsoka leave Peridia. I don't know about Sabine. I could see her getting out at some point, but I do think that's where Ahsoka's story is meant to go. Because again, they're trying to establish a way to kind of explain why some characters and some things are not, actively present in the main universe during the sequel trilogy. And having, by not killing Ahsoka off and just having her kind of off doing her own thing in this adventure is a way to do it. I trust Dave Filoni's vision. I do think that we are in store for a better second season. This does seem like one of those shows where they can take a lot of the good from season one and kind of translate it into, tweaking the formula, so to say, to make a better season two. I do believe Hayden Christensen will be back as Anakin. I think seeing him training Ahsoka as a Force ghost, I would almost be willing to bet that that's going to be a main focal point of the second season as well. And hopefully we get, further development of that relationship as well. Um, but yeah, I want to know what you guys think. What do you want to see in season two of Ahsoka? What do you think we're going to see? Do you think it'll be good? Do you think it'll be better than the first season? Uh, but anyways, that's all I got for you this time. We got great Star Wars content coming up. Make sure you subscribe. Appreciate you watching. And as always, let's blow up that like button and go home.